it's our egg. Let's go. Yo, today is March 30th, and hello again. It's the end of the month. We're on pages 56 and 57 with your science article this month. And today, our article is called Why You Probably Haven't Seen a Fire Rainbow.
好，我们今天要介绍的主题呢是 A Fire Rainbow。好，在这边的话，我们在探索科学这个单元里头呢，我看到一个我很喜欢的一个这个天文现象哦，就叫做火彩虹。哇，比方说火鸟 Phoenix， 那种反正有火的很酷的感觉。他说天空奇迹，绚烂七彩的火彩虹。那他这个英文标题很酷 ，Why you probably haven't seen a fire rainbow， 就是我告诉你为什么火彩虹你可能还没有看过。那它这里的话，到底什么是火彩虹？然后火彩虹出现的这个机会为什么这么少？我们今天都会通通告诉你哦。
Why you probably haven't seen a fire rainbow. Most people are familiar with rainbows, but far fewer have heard of a fire rainbow.Despite its name, it isn't an actual rainbow. A fire rainbow, technically called a circumhorizontal arc, is a rare optical phenomenon. It only occurs under very specific atmospheric conditions, at certain times of day, and within a narrow range of latitudes. The odds of seeing a fire rainbow.depend largely on where you live. So don't be upset if you've never encountered one. Like regular rainbows, fire rainbows have a multicolored appearance. However, instead of the typical bow shape, they usually look flat in the sky. This phenomenon is sometimes confused with cloud iridescence.This is a different type of colorful display that appears in very thin clouds near the sun or moon. Fire rainbows form when sunlight passes through wide, flat ice crystals in high cirrus clouds. These crystals bend the light and spread it out into the colors of the rainbow.Fire rainbows have a fixed position in the sky relative to the sun or moon, and their color bands always appear in the same order, with red at the top.
Okay, friends, welcome back to pages 56 and 57. Get your pencils ready.You know you like to write things down in your magazine when you're learning with us. Let's look at our subtitle today. Not your typical rainbow. And Anthony, do you know, I remember us learning this word typical at the very beginning of the month on our second day of the book club. We had conventional, unconventional, typical, and atypical. It just means like normal or usual. 那个unconventional and atypical means not normal. So this is your atypical rainbow.
没错。所以在这里的话，如果各位你们还有印象，在我们这本书的大概3月3号的时候，好书俱乐部单元的第二天的这个第二段的地方，他讲到说，这个我们的作者他呢小的时候过的生活很一般，然后就是那种很快乐的一个童年。我们有介绍到 typical 这个字，然后老师有介绍到这个 conventional、unconventional、typical、atypical 来表达说是典型的跟非典型的。在这个地方 ，not your typical rainbow 可不是你想那种一般的彩虹哦，所以可以说这个火彩虹 ，Can we say it's atypical rainbow 就是非典型的彩虹呢？好，在这里的话，我们后面会告诉你，它其实火彩虹并不是真正的彩虹。好，我们来看一看后面就知道了。
Also, I need to change the title for me very shortly. So our title today is Why You Probably Haven't Seen a Fire Rainbow. I need to say I've never heard of a fire rainbow. This is all new to me. Let's take a look. Most people are familiar with rainbows, but far fewer have heard of a fire rainbow. And that's me. I I have never heard of this.
OK， 我们来看一下第一段的第一句话，它告诉你说 ，Most people are familiar with rainbows。大部分人都很熟悉啊，彩虹嘛，下过雨之后天上就会出现的啊，对不对 ？But far fewer have heard of a fire rainbow。好，在这里的话就是很少，非常非常少人听过火彩虹。像这个 Chris 老师他就说啊，我就没有听过火彩虹。我这个火彩虹是在一个百科全书上面提到这个红跟泥。然后顺便他有提到说有另外这个特殊的现象，我说哇，这个很稀有，很特别，对不对？所以在这个地方，fire rainbow 是很少人听过的哦。
It's news to me. Despite its name, it isn't an actual rainbow. A fire rainbow, technically called a circumhorizontal arc, is a rare optical phenomenon. Okay, we got two sentences here. The first one's easy. The second one is very difficult. Anthony, take it away.
没错，我们来看一下这边这句话，他讲到说 ，Despite its name， 即便呢火彩虹的名字里面有彩虹二字 ，it isn't an actual rainbow， 它可不是彩虹哦。A fire rainbow， 火彩虹呢 ，technically 技术上来说呢 ，called a circumhorizontal arc 啊，它就叫做日程。好，在这里的话，英文名叫 circumhorizontal arc。arc 就是那个弓形的这种形状，叫做 arc。It's a rare optical phenomenon。这个地方我们讲一下 ，rare 这个字就是很稀少、很罕见的，叫做 rare。optical 就是跟光有关，光学上的 phenomenon。phenomenon 这个字的意思呢，就是指现象。这个字比较特别的是，它的复数形态叫做 phenomena。好，在这个地方 on 去掉变成 a， 它就是它的复数形，很特别。
Let's look at circumhorizontal arc. This is a very long word. It's also not super useful, but it lets us break the word into pieces to understand it. We know that a circle 圆形 is C-I-R-C-L-E. And we can see that 在前面 C-I-R. That means circle, round. And then we have circum, and this starts talking about math, like going around. 它是几度的那个这样子. It's math here. We have horizontal, and this means flat with the line of the earth. And then we have arc, and this is sometimes with an H is called an arch. Now, you actually know this word if you know McDonald's, because McDonald's has that golden M, and it's sometimes in English called the Golden Arches. If you have an English teacher from America and you ask them, hey, there's a restaurant called the Golden Arches. What is it called? They're going to tell you that's McDonald's.
没错，所以说金色拱门两个金色拱门，在这里的话 arch 这个字的意思就是指拱门的意思嘛。那如果老师刚刚提到说啊，如果说你今天各位去过麦当劳的话，有的时候麦当劳还有一个别称 The Golden Arches， 就是金色的这个双拱门，那就是我们说的麦当劳。所以这个地方我们看到的 arc。ARC 有的时候你会多加一个 H 变成 arch， 然后变成是一个拱门这种形状。
Okay, it only occurs under very specific atmospheric conditions at certain times of day and within a narrow range of latitudes. It's hard to see.
没错，就是超难看到的意思。所以在这个地方他说 it only occurs， 好 occurs 的意思呢就是发生的意思 under very specific atmospheric。好 atmospheric 就是来自于这个 atmosphere 指的是大气层 atmospheric 好就是指这个大气层的 conditions 条件会必须要在这种特定非常特定的这种大气条件之下才有机会出现 at certain times of day 在一天的某一个特定的时间 and within a narrow range of latitudes. Latitudes 的意思就是指这个纬度，在有限的纬度、有限的时间，而且在特定的大气条件之下才有可能发生，所以可见是很少机会看到。
Okay, look at atmospheric. So it's a pretty easy word in the front, atmos. And then we have sphere, which means a circle. S-P-H-E-R. 然后你去掉 I-C, 你加一个 E. Sphere, it's just the circle, right? Because 我们出这个 E, it looks like atmospheric, and that's wrong. I want you to write down E-A-R, ear, like 耳朵. So you remember to say atmospheric. atmospheric conditions here. If you are interested in the weather or flying, you often talk about atmospheric conditions.
所以在这个地方呢，老师用到了这个 atmospheric conditions， 指的是大气条件。那谈到这个形容词的时候，要记得它那个一的这个发音很像 year 的感觉。那我们顺便知道一下大气层。大气层的这个名词呢，跟它拼法有点像，它的拼法是 ATMOSPHERE atmosphere。好，这个重音会在前面 atmosphere 来讲大气层的意思哦。
Let's continue. The odds or chances of seeing a fire rainbow depend largely on where you live, so don't be upset if you've never encountered one. So if you see a fire rainbow, you're probably in a very special place. You don't see them everywhere. So if you've never seen it, well, that's normal.
Yeah， 是很正常、很常见的哦。他就告诉你说了 ，the odds 就是这个 chances， 就是你看到这个东西的这种几率、机会 of seeing a fire rainbow， 你有看到火彩虹的这个机会呢 ，depend largely on， 主要是要靠怎么样 ，where you live， 你住在哪里。So don't be upset if you've never encountered one. 如果你从来没看过，不要觉得惊讶，搞不好你住的地方根本就看不到。
All right, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we got paragraph 2. Okay, friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 56 and 57. We're learning about fire rainbows. It's a little bit of a mouthful, isn't it? We have fire, rainbow. Look at rainbow. We have OW. Usually OW is an ow sound, but of course this also can be a long O, rainbow. Be careful. Let's look at paragraph 2. Like regular, typical, conventional rainbows, fire rainbows have a multicolored appearance. Multicolored just means colorful. It has more than one color.
没错，我们来看第二段第一句话，他说 like regular rainbows。好，在这边特别注意一下这个 regular 啊，就是我们说的 typical， 或是老师刚刚讲的 conventional， 就是一般的，很像一般的这种彩虹。我们说的这个 fire rainbows 火彩虹呢 have a multicolored appearance 指的就是我们的外貌外观，它前面有一个 appear 就是出现在你面前的样子，那就是外观嘛。那 multicolored 这个 multi 就是多着，所以是 more than one color 的意思，好，就是不止一种颜色，好几种颜色的这种外观，它跟我们这个彩虹一样，火彩虹呢也是色彩缤纷的哦。
That's right. So the opposite of multi is mono, M-O-N-O. Not super useful, but sometimes you'll see it. Now, get your pencils ready for our next sentence. However, instead of 然后你画一个箭头在 instead of 之后，然后我要你写不要 instead of 下一个事情不要 instead of the typical, conventional, regular bow shape, they usually look flat in the sky.
Yeah， 所以在这里的话提到 instead of 后面接的东西就是不要的东西。好 ，instead of going to school, I go to play video games 类似我不要做的事情跟要做的事情 ，instead of 后面接的是不要的事情。所以这句话他说 ，however， 然而呢 ，instead of the typical bow shape。那跟这种一般彩虹会出现这种弓，类似像弓箭的那个弓的那个形状不一样的是什么呢？ They usually look flat in the sky. 这边的 they 当然指的是我们的主角火彩虹。火彩虹呢，通常看起来是在这个天空中是很平坦的，不是弓形的。
Do you know what they look like to me? Did you ever see like at a gas station, you get some gas like in a puddle of water?
Yeah.
It looks like that to me, right? Look at your magazine. It kind of looks like gasoline in water.
没错，如果你家附近有加油站的话，有时候你看到那个地上的水洼上面会有一些五彩的颜色，然后平平的在这个地面上面，它看起来就很像那样，只是平平的在天空上而已。
That's cool. They're cool looking. All right. This phenomenon is sometimes confused with cloud iridescence. Let's say this again. The phenomenon is sometimes confused with cloud iridescence.
好，我们来看一下这边这句话哦。This phenomenon 这个字我们出现过了，刚刚前面提到的是现象的意思。Is sometimes confused with 就常常会跟后面这个东西搞混。什么东西呢 ？Cloud iridescence。iridescence 这个词就是那种彩虹的那种颜色。比方说像我自己在看到金龟子啊，好那个 scarab beetle， 它的身上就会有那种哇，好像那种
glowy，
有点发光的，然后还有一些渐层感的那种东西叫做 iridescence。它就很多时候大家会把这个火彩虹跟那种彩云，好把它联想在说，会不会是一样的东西？但其实上并不是。
Let's continue. This is a different type of colorful display that appears in very thin clouds near the sun or moon. And this means in the sky. They're not really close to the sun or moon. Just it's going to be in the sky, kind of around where the sun and moon is. 注意到, these are capital S and capital M. There are a lot of very specific rules about capitalizing sun and moon, dashe, especially the moon, because there are lots of moons, and pay attention to them. They're honestly kind of confusing if you're not paying attention.
没错，所以这里的话特别注意到，它后面提到 near the sun or moon， 这个 sun 的 s 有大写 ，moon 的 m 有大写，尤其是这个月亮，因为当你今天提到 moon 大写 the moon 的时候，是靠近我们地球的这个月亮，但如果是小写 moons 的话，就很像是其他行星旁边的那些卫星，它就不会是指专门的我们的月亮哦那样的感觉。
Yeah, there are other rules regarding this too. Just please pay attention. Like watch, if you start reading newspapers or magazines, there's lots of little rules here. Be careful here. But Anthony is totally right. Iban Lai show, if it's our sun, our moon, capital. And let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we got
Paragraph 3.
Three?
Yes, three.
Okay, friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 56 and 57. Why you probably haven't seen a fire rainbow. Well, they don't happen in Taiwan, right?
No, not
and
really.
They don't happen where I'm from. I had never even heard of them until a few days ago. Fire rainbows form when sunlight passes through wide, flat ice crystals in high cirrus clouds. Now, a crystal, think of a snowflake. Okay, so when it snows and you look at it very closely, you see it's solid and it has a regular shape. So 界面 and 界面, they should be the same, right? And cirrus clouds, they're wispy clouds. 我要你写下来这个字 W-I-S-P-Y. They're wispy clouds that look like bird feathers.
OK， 所以这个 wispy clouds 好像看起来很像这个 bird's feather， 就像羽毛一样。
Very light bird feathers. That's right.
没错 ，wispy。好，这个在这边的话，我们看一下第一句话，它提到说 fire rainbows form， 好，火彩虹形成的时候呢，好 ，when sunlight passes through wide, flat ice crystals and high cirrus clouds， 这个地方 cirrus clouds 就指的是卷云，好，那种看起来很像羽毛一样的卷云。然后在这里面他说，今天什么样的情况下火彩虹会形成呢？是阳光 when sunlight passes through 穿过了 wide flat ice crystals。ice crystals 指的就是这种冰晶，它是那种很宽大。很扁平的这种冰晶，然后是这个冰晶是处在这个是存在在这个高空的这种卷云里头的。然后当阳光这样子穿过去的时候，这个时候就有机会看到火彩虹咯。
These crystals bend the light and spread it out into the colors of the rainbow. Now, tomorrow we will see a word called refract, and so we're going to take our chance to learn that today. R-E-F-R-A-C-T. Refract, because when we see that word, it's paragraph 1, 2, 3. Refract just means the light bends. So we have 2 days to practice this word refract, which means light bending, and then the colors spread out, and you see them like the Roy G. Biv are red, orange.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I gotta write that down.
没错
Roy G. Biv. That's how we remember the rainbow colors in English. R-O-Y 大写 G， 然后第三个字 BIV capital BIV. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. That's how kids in America learn the colors of the rainbow.
哇哦，好酷哦！他就是记得这个彩虹的顺序，红橙黄绿蓝靛紫的顺序嘛。那老师呢，刚刚有提到说呢，事实上，如果说今天你偷看到第二天的话，你会学到一个字叫 refract。refract 就是折射的意思，跟我们这边这句话讲的很有关系。这句话讲说 ，these crystals， 好，这些冰晶呢 ，bend the light， 它会这样子这个光折射。And spread it out into the colors of the rainbow， 然后让它把它分散开来，变成我们所看到彩虹的颜色。
Do you remember the last time we said the word refract?
啊，可能是在物理课吧。Yeah,
it was the
in high school.
No. The last time we said it was the blood moon. If you maybe
yes.
6 months ago,
yes.
That's how I learned that word,
yes.
the blood moon. So
yes.
I really liked that blood moon article. I read it so much.
血色的月。
Yes. That was a good one. Okay.
Yes.
Love these science articles. Okay. So fire rainbows have a fixed position in the sky relative to the sun or moon, and their color bands always appear in the same order with red at the top. So what does this mean? A fixed position. This means it doesn't move. And relative means it's just when you see the sun or the moon, you can predict where it will be. You can guess that if you understand what a fire rainbow is. And red will always appear on top, a lot like rainbows, Roy G. Biv.
Roy G. Biv.
Roy G. Biv. Yeah.
Roy G. Biv.
How do you guys learn the rainbow colors?
我们那时候就是直接是红橙黄绿蓝靛紫。我觉得 indigo 这个字是特别难的，但是在中文里面，它刚好是一个字对应。
You just say it kind of like
100 times. Yeah.
Roy G. Biv. Okay, so if you have an English teacher, remember, if he's from America, I want you to ask your English teacher these two questions. What do you eat at the Golden Arches? What is Roy G. Biv? I'm telling you, every American knows this.
OK， 所以说，如果今天你有机会碰到其他的外师的话，你要问他2个问题。第一个问题就是这个金色双拱门是什么东西？然后就是我们说的麦当劳可以吃什么？然后是麦当劳吗？另外就是 Roy G. Biv， 然后我们会把它打在这个上面。Roy G. Biv， 它的话这个意思是什么？所有的美国人都会知道。老师这样说
I hope, I think.
希望啦。
Okay.
Fire rainbows have a fixed position， 就是它有个固定的位置。In the sky， 在天空，好 ，relative to the sun or moon， 它相对应来这个太阳啦，或是这个月亮啦等等，它有一个对应固定的这个位置，所以你可以预测说它会在什么地方出现这个火彩虹。And their color bands， 它们的色带形成的色带呢 ，always appear in the same order， 它的顺序都是一样的。他说 with red at the top， 红色印在顶端，然后说红橙黄绿蓝靛紫。依序往下。
Maybe, so band you might know as like 乐团, but here it means like a stripe. S-T-R-I-P-E, like 条纹, they're the stripes. Okay, with that, we're done for today, but we'll be back with even more of our science article on the fire rainbows tomorrow. For Enjoy English School, I am Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.